Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to HHS Digital Video presents Healdsburg High School taking on Windsor. I am Matt Fowler. Alongside me is Maddie Wagner. And Maddie, what can you say about this upcoming matchup?
I think it should be a good game. It looks like both teams are warming up pretty strong. I know Healdsburg has some really good shooters, and looks like Windsor does too.
And when you take a look at what to expect for this upcoming season for the Hounds, what can you tell us?
Well, I know that last year they played a really strong season, and so I hope that they can do it again this year. I know it might be a bit rough because they don't have a JV, but they only have varsity. I know they had to pull a couple people up, but I think they still have a pretty strong, solid six, so they should be good.
Is there a specific player that you think we should take a look at?
I know that Dylan Heyman is a player to watch, along with Gavin Bogenson.
And if there's one aspect to Healdsburg's game that can either be improved on or is something to watch, what would you say that is?
Improvement, team-wise.
In terms of just something, just an aspect of the game, in terms of offensively, defensively, something like that.
I feel like they have a pretty strong offense and defense. They have Dylan Heyman and Ryan McDonald. They're both pretty big, so they have two solid posts. Along with Max Hubble is also pretty big, so they should be good for offense and defense. I haven't seen a game this year, so I don't really know what they have to improve on, but I think they should be pretty good.
Well, all right, that all sounds great, and we'll be calling the action for you. We'll be back at halftime for HHS Digital Video. Welcome everybody to the campus of Healdsburg High School, where today the Hounds will take on the Windsor Jaguars. And Matt Fowler alongside Maddie Wagner. And Maddie, this is a pretty exciting matchup for the first game of the year.
Yeah, I think this is Healdsburg's second game. I don't know what game it is for Windsor.
Well, with COVID, everything is kind of up in the air anyway.
Yeah.
So, starting for, and we'll get the starters for you momentarily, but starting for Windsor, we have Jackson Earl, Jaden Rosati, Finn Grace, Ben Geist, and Mason Veller. And
starting for Healdsburg, we have Chase Summer, Dylan Heyman, Gavin Vogenson, Graham McDonald, and Max Hubble.
And first bucket of the game is good by Mason Beeler to give the Jaguars a 2-0 lead. And we'll see how they feel each other out in this first few minutes. And no call, lots of contact on that one. And finally we get a call a foul there on Vogenson. A lot of contact early. Looks like this will be a physical one.
Yeah. Looks like good defense from the Hounds.
And it looks like Windsor is content to slow it down a little bit, whereas Healdsburg was more of an up-tempo style to start the game. Nearly stolen. Three-point shot with 5 on the shot clock. That's no good. And rebounded, and up come the Hounds. Again, both teams very scrappy on defense. Layup, that's an easy one, up and in by Dylan Heyman. So each team has a basket with about a minute and a half gone by in the first quarter. Little push shot, great defense, and Heyman's got it again. Looking for a screen. Again around the perimeter, they go inside. Down low, long pass collected by Vogenson.
Nice pass.
Heyman 3, no. And rebounded by Beeler, and back come the Jaguars.
Good defense by Graham.
13 on the shot clock. It's great defense by the Hounds. Offensive rebound though, and put back up and in, Mason Beeler again. So that's unfortunate. Heyman double clutches, can't get it to go.
Nice rebound by Graham.
3-point shot, and that one goes down by Vogenson. So 5-4 with 4:45 remaining in the first quarter. 3-point shot, rebounded by the Hounds. We apparently have some lighting problems. And Heyman will take it. And now scramble for the ball. And who's got it? It would be the Hounds.
Sammy Vandenheuvel in for Max Hubble.
So, Maddie, what have you seen so far in terms of the aggressive defense from Healdsburg?
I think their defense is looking really good. I mean, there's a lot of contact on both ends. I think that the refs
Heyman
are
again.
have to be somewhat lax.
Yeah, it seems to me that the Healdsburg defense is a little bit more aggressive than Windsor at this point.
For sure, they're definitely defending the goal well.
Double clutch shot.
Nice
No good.
rebound by Gavin. Nice pass on court.
And that'll be Windsor ball. You like the idea, though, that the run and gun style that Healdsburg's trying to implement.
Yeah, you just gotta finish those.
$18 on the shot clock. Good defense. And it's Coolidge.
Looks like the Hounds are keeping them outside. They're not able to get a shot off.
And the referee calls a travel. Correctly called. And with that, we're going to take a break. And we'll be back in 30 seconds right after this.
Hi.
On the other end, Beeler couldn't get it to go.
The Hounds are getting some nice defensive rebounds.
Nice defensive play. Batted around and the Jaguars have it. They stop to set it up. 3-point shot, and that's a wedgie. You don't see that too often. But that will revert to the possession arrow. And it looks like Healdsburg has it because that is our first jump ball. So, Maddie, what is Healdsburg doing right to be up by 5 right now?
They're playing some really good defense, getting some really good rebounds. They're definitely keeping the Jaguars outside and not letting them really get to the basket down low, so that's good.
Nice double team. And it looks like this man is bothering, or the zone is bothering the Hounds, but it results in a 3-point play opportunity anyway. And that gets the crowd on its feet as Geis will be the guilty party, and Vogensen gets a chance to give Healdsburg an 8-point lead. Cannot do it though. 11-4 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. $18 on the shot clock. Layup, no good. And rebounded by the Jaguars. They'll get another crack at it. And now they're content to bring it out with Coolidge. Coolidge will drive it in himself. Passes to nobody in particular. And that is stolen by Vogensen. And he is fouled.
He just got to bend his legs on this one and follow through. Make sure it doesn't go the way of the last one.
His first at the line, shooting 2, Gavin Vogensen.
First one rolls off. And so, what do you think Windsor needs to do to get back into it?
I think that they need to get
8?
their offensive rebounds. I mean, Healdsburg is doing a really good job of rebounding the ball, and so they're not getting many opportunities to put it back up.
Case in point, rebounded there, Heyman. Acrobatic layup attempt, no. Follow putback, no. Third chance, yes. And that is Graham McDonald. A minute remaining. Coolidge thought about that three. Instead drives inside. And now scramble for the ball. Who's it off of? And the Hounds will have it. So Vogensen will bring it up. Will the Hounds go 2 for 1? That would be smart. McDonald couldn't quite collect it, but it will stay on this end. Heyman gets it to McDonald, layup. That's too easy right there. So now Windsor can hope for the last shot if they choose. Coolidge finds a teammate. 16 seconds. Layup, and that one does go down for Finn Grace. So 10 seconds for Healdsburg. At 5, and there's a foul.
Finn Grace, personal foul, number 1.
The guilty party will be Finn Grace, but not in the bonus yet, so Healdsburg will have a chance to set it up for the last shot. At 1, 3-point shot, no at the buzzer, as Heyman was a little bit discombobulated with the clock there, but as it is, Healdsburg has a lead of 15-6 at the end of 1, and what did they do right in that quarter, Maddie?
They definitely out-rebounded the other team, and so they were able to get a lot of, even if they missed a shot, they were able to get it back up, and I think that's really what's going to determine who wins and who loses today, because it doesn't seem like Windsor's getting their offensive rebounds, and so they're not getting a lot of chance to put the ball back up. But Healdsburg's doing the exact opposite, and so they're getting a lot of looks.
Is Windsor fortunate to be down only 9?
I don't know. I've never seen Windsor play, so... but from what I've seen now, it seems like probably, the Hounds are usually shooting pretty well from outside, but I've only really seen some inside shots today, so hopefully as the game progresses, we'll see something happening on the outside.
Matt Fowler along with Maddie Wegner with HHS Digital Video. Happy to bring you all the action. As Maddie, it was a tough game that you played in earlier today.
Yeah, we had a couple calls that I think could have gone the other way and could have definitely turned the game around, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing we can really do about that now. It was definitely a fun game. It was our first game of the season. Justin Sienna, who we played against, had played a couple games, so it was a good intro to the season. We only lost by 2.
Well, hopefully this game is as good as the last one.
Yeah.
Start in the second quarter. Hounds lead 15-6. Again, good defense by Healdsburg. And a nice lay-in for Ben Geist. Cut the lead to 7. As Heyman will pull up over 2 defenders and knock it down. That's a tough shot by Dylan Heyman. Again, Healdsburg forcing Windsor to just be totally around the perimeter, which is throwing a lot of hitches in their get-along, as Heyman will nearly complete the three-point play, but he will get himself to the line.
First at the line,
It seems like all the 50-50 balls, Maddie, are going to Healdsburg.
It does appear that, it's interesting. It was the exact opposite last time with the girls' game.
Chase Summer will check in. Who's a player off the bench that we can keep an eye on?
I know that Sebby Lefew is pretty good, and along with Sammy Van Den Heuvel.
(19 to 8). Healdsburg stretching their lead back out to 11. A rare opportunity for a wide open three-point shot doesn't go down, and rebounded by Vogensen. Heyman collects it. Back out up top. Three-point shot goes down for the few. So 14-point lead stolen by Heyman. Behind the back layup, no good. Rebounded though, and second chance opportunity. Rims out for Summer, and Windsor fortunate there, and back they come. But then Coolidge dribbles it off his leg, and Windsor, another turnover. Healdsburg will get it back. Heyman, he did that before, different result. Windsor down by 14. Coolidge. They just can't get anything on the inside, Maddie.
Yeah, the Hounds defense is doing a really good job of keeping them on the outside. And I think that's why the Hounds are doing so well. They're able to get all the rebounds. So Windsor only really gets one look.
Another turnover, up and out, but the foul. And Vogensen will go to the line.
Personal foul number 4, Jacob Rosati, second personal at the line. Gavin Vogensen, timeout.
So Rosati will be the guilty party on that one, and we'll get a timeout. Your score is 22 to 8. Here with HHS Digital Video. We'll be back right after this.
At the line for the Greyhounds, number 10, Gavin Williamson.
Vogensen will be at the line. He'll get 2 free throws, chance to put Healdsburg up by 16. First one around and down. Want to thank everybody for joining us on the various platforms, YouTube, Facebook, for Healdsburg High Digital Video. Got you covered with all the sports that you need. Healdsburg up 24 to 8.
I think the refs actually just missed a call. It looks like 24 stepped on the line when he was inbounding the ball.
Smothering defense, and looks like we'll have a timeout as Windsor was a little discombobulated. They want to set it up. It just seems like they're overwhelmed right now.
Yeah, I mean, when the Healdsburg come down and put 24 points on the board, I mean, it's right to be a bit intimidated.
I want to thank everybody that's putting this production together, everybody that helps with camera and audio and all the things that a lot of people take for granted, but we certainly don't. And so if you're Windsor right now, you have to get it, you would think, to 10 by halftime.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they don't score soon, they're out of this game.
.15 on the shot clock, plenty of time for Windsor, but they've just had to work so hard for every shot. 3-point shot, that one goes down for Ben Geist. So that's a badly needed bucket rather, as it cuts the lead to 13. But McDonald easily just gets open, his teammate finds him, and that is too easy. And if you're Windsor, you can't be too happy about that. Layup, no good. The attempt by Grace fails, and back the other way, Vogensen tries to dribble out of a double team. Ends up finding Dylan Heyman, who, that is uncharacteristic. He usually makes those. And, oh, Coolidge just around and out. And then on the other end, Heyman's got it. One-handed push shot, that doesn't go. So Windsor fortunate. Last couple of shots probably should have been converted by Healdsburg. And that one is converted by Sanders. Lead back down to 13. Three-pointer, no good, rebounded by Heyman.
I swear the Hounds are just killing them with rebounds. They're just getting so many more looks than Windsor.
And right on cue, another one by LeFew, and extends it to 16. And like you said, Maddie, offensive rebounds, second chance points are a killer if you're the opponent.
Healdsburg just really seems to also have very good chemistry. I mean, they know where their teammates are, and they're making good passes. They're just getting good looks.
(29-13) your score. And, you know, at this point for Windsor, Maddie, is it just surviving, getting to halftime somewhat in contact with Healdsburg?
I mean, there's always time to turn it around. They still have, they still have about 2.5 quarters left. So, I mean, they could definitely still come back, but I think that Healdsburg's just going to keep going strong.
Well, right, that's the, you know, if you assume that Healdsburg is going to continue to play this way, then it's not so much shutting down Healdsburg as it is getting your own offense up. I mean, if Windsor was making shots at anywhere near the same clip Healdsburg was, this game would be a lot closer.
Definitely.
Rosati will bring it up for Windsor. And somehow able to get it was Beeler. He couldn't complete the layup, but he will get 2 free throws. That was a terrific pass.
At the line, number 35, Mason Beeler.
Beeler's first free throw rims out, and you look at what Windsor, just the start of the game, see, this is kind of the old boxer's adage. If you get hit, you got to punch back at some point. And they threw a haymaker, Healdsburg did, at the start of the game, and it just seems like Windsor hasn't responded.
Yeah, they're definitely just, their shots aren't falling like the Hounds are.
Donald able to get it up and in, and he has been a presence inside. 18-point lead for Healdsburg. Rosati found a teammate. Three-point shot, no good. Long rebound, ooh, collision. Everybody seems to be okay. Meanwhile, Windsor cannot save it. Healdsburg chance to extend to a 19 or a 20-point lead. Heyman keeps the pivot foot, loses possession, gets it back somehow, and that's just the athleticism of Heyman right there. Now he has it, drives by all the defenders, and are they going to call an offensive foul? Yes. They say that that's a charge on Heyman.
Windsor's just desperate to get inside, setting a lot of good screens.
They're setting good screens, they're getting inside, but they're not converting the shots.
Yeah, that's just not finishing.
Heyman seems to be in the air forever. He seemed to levitate, and he finally does get the foul call.
Personal foul number 22, Ben Geist, second personal at the line, Dylan Heyman.
So at this point, Maddie, I think it shifts from Windsor has to keep in contact, which obviously they have not done, to Healdsburg needs to not take their foot off the gas in the second half.
Yeah, Healdsburg just needs to keep going strong with their offense for sure. And if Windsor even, wants to consider staying in this game, their shots need to start falling.
Can Windsor get anything going? Any easy shots? That one's an easy one for Ben Geist, and he's been, seems like the only player with any consistent shot-making ability right now. .105 left. Healdsburg just content to run some clock. And content to get into the locker room with a sizable lead. Heyman tries to lay it in, can't do it. Here's an opportunity for Windsor. Nearly gets the ball stolen, but finds his way out to Coolidge. He can't get it to go. And Windsor, unfortunate for them, they just can't seem to get anything going in this half. On the other end, Heyman gets an easy lay-in, and Windsor will most likely hold for the final shot. Three-pointer, and that does go down for Coolidge, and so now Healdsburg will have the final shot, and I guess for Windsor it was just seeing anything go through the basket. At 5, at 3, and pass is intercepted at the buzzer. That won't count. So 34-18, Healdsburg plays a phenomenal first half. Windsor, yeah, they're down 16, but they still have to feel good that they're not down by more than 20.
Yeah, Healdsburg is a really strong offensive and defensive team. Windsor's lucky to really, be semi in this game.
Well, we'll be back right before the start of the third quarter with some halftime thoughts and some stats for you on HHS Digital Video. Matt Fowler back alongside Maddie Wagner, and Healdsburg leads by 16. And Maddie, what have you seen? Because it seems like Healdsburg just threw a haymaker and Windsor wasn't really able to respond, but they are only down 16.
I just think that Healdsburg is just dominating with rebounds. So Windsor isn't allowed to get a lot of second looks, whereas Healdsburg is just down low getting their own rebounds, and so they're able to get up 2 or 3 shots after their original one, and they just fall. So if Windsor wants to stay in this game, they're going to have to start rebounding like Healdsburg.
What can you say about Dylan Heyman? I mean, he is just taken over.
He is a really good player. I mean, I've been watching him play for a while. Yeah, he just dominates down low and outside. He's a good shooter. He's good down low, and he plays good defense. I mean, he's just a really good all-around player.
Hey, I know what that feels like. You're trying to describe words of something you're seeing, but it's like he's just so incredible. You can't figure it out.
It's like, and I mean, he's having actually a bit of an off day today, which is crazy to think because he's playing so well. But
that's his off day. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of his shots aren't falling, and normally they do. So, I mean, I think he's scored probably, I don't know, a lot of their points.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Healdsburg can do in the second half to keep their foot on the pedal, or can Windsor come back? We'll find out with third quarter action on the way. I want to. Are we live? You ready to go? So Vogelsong will bring it up. And if you're Windsor, you need to respond immediately right now. You need to have a few buckets, 6-8-0 run, to let Healdsburg know they're going to have a fight on their hands, because as of now, and if Dylan Heyman keeps doing that, there won't be much of a fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's really coming down to rebounds right now. I mean, Windsor just, if their first shot isn't falling, they're not getting their rebound in. So if they were, they'd be able to put it back under the hoop, but they're not falling their shot.
And for Windsor, Coolidge has done all he can do, but it's a team game. There has to be somebody else that pours in some support.
Definitely, and I mean, that's what you see with Healdsburg. There's a lot of chemistry, and they pass the ball around, and they don't rush it. They wait for the open man to put it in. Another one for McDonald. Healdsburg leads by 20. And nobody expects to be down 20, but I think Windsor expected a fight, but I don't think they expected this. Yeah, I mean, when you come to Healdsburg, it's a really good team. I mean, they play well against Cardinal Newman, which is one of the best teams, and so, I mean, you got to expect a good game for sure. Smothering defense by Healdsburg. And that is just too easy. That unfortunately just doesn't get the rule. Windsor's very fortunate there. And every time Windsor goes inside, Healdsburg has an answer, and they just cannot get any easy baskets. Yeah, I mean, we have big players here at Healdsburg, so it's definitely difficult to get shots in down low. I mean, Windsor has to start looking outside, but Healdsburg's making it difficult. They're really shutting them out with some good defense. Coolidge gets his own rebound, 2 to shoot to beat the buzzer, and around and out as Grace couldn't get the three-pointer at the buzzer to fall. And up again for Dylan Heyman, and he's just a one-man wrecking crew right now. And Windsor will take a timeout, and if you're Windsor, and I mean, listen, this is high school basketball. We understand that anything can happen, but
You just got to be throwing your hands up if you're Windsor right now going, what can we do to stop this juggernaut right now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dylan Heyman is a hard one to stop for sure. I mean, he's just destroying him.
Well, it's not just Heyman, though. It's just the whole team as a collective unit.
Yeah, they definitely have some really good chemistry and making good passes, rebounds. I mean, they're just doing everything right now.
We'll get you updated as we can on the schedule going forward. I believe, Maddie, is the next game on Thursday?
I know at least for the girls, yes. I'm not 100% positive on the boys.
So we'll be here Thursday. Well, you have other things to do, but I'll be here anyway. And we hope that we can keep you on the boys broadcast because it seems to be going well. You seem to know what you're talking about, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, basketball is a huge passion of mine, and it's fun. I've been playing since I was 6 years old.
Did you see what Steph Curry did last night?
I wasn't able to watch the Warriors game last night, but I know he's been balling lately.
Yeah. With the way Healdsburg's been playing, you kind of wonder who they've been taking lessons from.
For sure. I mean,
that's a three-point shot that goes down for Coolidge. That's something that is sorely missed thus far. And Heyman just comes right back and answers, and that's just not fair if you're Windsor. And this defense and stepping out of bounds was Rosati, and just the defense and the crowd is pumped up, and this is just great basketball on one end. And
yeah, that was some really good defense by Gavin. He's a really good defensive player.
So Healdsburg has doubled up Windsor 42-21. And see, that's when you know it's your night, because that was out of control and he lost the ball and it still got called a block.
Yeah, definitely, which is it's interesting. It was the exact opposite for the girls' game. It just kept going to the other team.
Yeah, offensive foul versus block is really hard to officiate at any level.
For sure, yeah.
Air ball. Picked up by Windsor. Chance to get it under 20 if they can. Three-point shot. That does go down for Jackson Earl. His first bucket of the night. Healdsburg trying to respond. Windsor. Chance for consecutive buckets. Coolidge, a million miles an hour down the lane, can't get the layup to go. And you think maybe if he slowed down a little bit, had a little more control, that he would have gotten that one. And Vogensen answers right back. So put Healdsburg up 44-24. And Windsor fortunate that they get the ball back as it was deflected. (44-24) Healdsburg been in control since the opening tip. Coolidge has it. 5 on the shot clock. Got to do something. Ends up finding Earl, who hits a 3. That's his second 3. Cuts the lead to 17. And Heyman just, the C's parted, and he just laid it in. That's his easiest bucket of the night. It's about turning the faucet off on the other end. Windsor's gotten a little more consistent with their offense. Coolidge thought about that 3. He's got Heyman on him. Drives right by him, and Heyman just says no. I mean, Windsor has played better in this quarter, but Healdsburg has matched it.
I think it's also that Healdsburg's getting a little tired I mean, they're still playing really well, but their defense they're getting a bit more tired, and so Windsor's able to get inside a little easier.
And see, there's a little lesson there. Beeler saw that ball, and he knew it was going out of bounds, and he tried to grab it, and a little bit more of a savvy play would have been to let it go out of bounds and set up your offense. But touched it last, and Healdsburg now has a chance to go back up by more than 20, and Heyman able to grab the offensive rebound. Couldn't get the putback shot to go, though. A little over 2 left in the third quarter. 3-point shot, no good. Saved by Earl. And skip pass somehow Windsor maintains. And that's a rare but a very good play by Windsor.
That was all chemistry. That was a lot of good passes and just knowing your teammates' strengths there.
So now Windsor is down by 17, and if they can get another bucket, as Heyman tries 3, and it won't go. And now, as I mentioned, if they can get another bucket, they might feel like they have a chance to come back in this one. On the ground, trying to call timeout, and it is not awarded. Heyman back up and in on the other end, and that's just a microcosm of the entire game for Windsor right there. Earl has it. Minute left in the third. He's hit 2 threes. And Earl just up and, ooh, that's a little bit dangerous. He looks to be all right. But anytime you go right on your back like that, there's a potential for injury, but he seems okay. Healdsburg leads by 19. Vogensen. Puts it over a few, back to Vogensen. He'll take a 3-pointer. No good, but let's just call that a pass to Heyman. Air balls go to the offense. A wise coach of the LA Lakers once said, air balls go to the offense. Ten seconds. Windsor will get the last shot. At 4. At 2. Throws it up. No good. And that'll do it. So Windsor was up, Healdsburg was up by 16 at the start of the third. They've added 5 points onto that. Won the quarter by 5, up by 21. And, now we can look at it. I mean, obviously anything can happen, but most likely Windsor is on his way to a pretty demoralizing loss right now. And what do you want to see out of these last 8 minutes?
I mean, definitely, like I've been saying, just rebounds. Rebound. You fall on your shot and obviously Healdsburg makes that difficult because they're so big. But, I mean, if Windsor wants to stay in this, they got to follow their shot, get their rebounds, and put them back up. That's what Healdsburg's doing, and it's working for him.
I mean, there is enough time to come back, but assuming that Healdsburg can close this out, from Windsor's standpoint, you just kind of want to play a little better and make the final score a little closer.
Definitely.
You scored 50 points in 24 minutes of basketball at the high school level. That's pretty good. We got an offensive foul as we got some moving screen. Beeler's the guilty party on that one. And here, Healdsburg will get it back, their first possession of the fourth quarter. Heyman made that shot a little tougher than it needed to be, although, as you said, Maddie, Healdsburg gets another offensive rebound. Windsor able to wrestle it away, but Healdsburg plays great defense to not allow an easy layup. Dribbles through the legs, and Healdsburg gets a generous timeout. I understand that they're playing very well, and you know, sometimes when you play well, the calls go your way. But there was no possession on that play, and they were just awarded a timeout. You have to usually have possession of the ball, but that's what happens when you're up by 21 and you've played well. You get the benefit of those calls.
Definitely.
So just under 8 left. We've got a few possessions. It's a little sloppy. No team has scored yet in the fourth quarter. Bogensen. McDonald up. That's one of the few shots that McDonald has missed at the rim like that.
Yeah, that one definitely had a lot of contact too. I'm surprised that wasn't called a foul by the ref.
Nice play to keep it alive, and three-point shot. No good. Rebounded Bogensen, a million miles an hour, gets stripped, and Windsor will take it back. I know it's difficult to come back, but Windsor, as a nice block is made by Bogensen. I mean, you have to go a little quicker. You can't just dribble around. You only have 6.5 minutes and you're down by 21.
Definitely.
Stifling defense.
Yeah, the Hounds are just so strong on both ends, defensively and offensively.
That's a great play by Beeler, as he's able to put on a little bit of a dribbling exhibition and get that one to go. That one is good. And that one is LeFew again. He's had 3 3-pointers tonight.
Yeah, he seems to be a really good outside shooter.
We have foul on Healdsburg. Chase Summer, the guilty party. But regardless of the score, there's no foul trouble on either team. Earl's got LeFew on him. That switch has been interesting. And that one's deflected. It'll stay on this end with Windsor. Or did they say that it went out of bounds off of Windsor? The official signaled this way, but evidently it'll be Healdsburg ball. Bogensen.
Chase could have had a nice look there, but he decided to catch the ball.
Yeah. And as we've said, all the attention on guys like Heyman and Bogensen, and McDonald just sneaks in there for another easy layup. And this zone is causing havoc for the Windsor Jaguars. Now there's a mad scramble. who's got the ball still in play, and somehow it ends up in the hands of Earl, and he banks it up and in. That's one of those where you're up by 22, and so you know that it's not consequential to the actual game, but you're mad at yourself if you're Healdsburg on that one.
Yeah.
LeFew wanted that 3 too. Summer gets it, and a nice steal. Nice steal by Rosati. He'll take it himself. And Vogensen almost blocked it. 360, somehow doesn't go out of bounds. Summer has it, up to Heyman. And Heyman lays it up and out, just going a little too fast right there, but right back to Summer. Three-point shot, another one for LeFew. I mean, he is just striping it from out there.
He's on fire. Especially considering he's off the bench. I mean, that's pretty good. 4 threes, I think.
Chase Summer, personal foul number 2.
3:48 left, so just wrapping this one up. Healdsburg's been in control the whole way. A near turnover. Earl again for 3. And that's got to be a bright spot for Windsor right there.
That was a difficult shot to hit, too. I know how those are. That's in the corner. I mean, that was kind of behind the backboard. That was nice if he hit that shot.
Summer answers right back. 61-36. Healdsburg comfortably ahead by 25. They were up by 16 after 2, up by 21 after 3, as Windsor will get themselves to the line. And they're up by 25 right now.
Personal foul, Chase Summer is third.
And you have to like this mentality. And, you know, some would say it's high school and, you know, don't run up the score and things of that nature. But the thing is, it's a good mentality to always play hard, and if that results in a few 20-plus point victories, then so be it.
Definitely. I mean, always go 100%.
Vogensen can't get it. McDonald has a rare ball wrestled away from him. He usually collects those. Three-point shot, that goes down for Rosati. So a little window dressing on the final score as we tick down to under 2:40 remaining. Earl, right place, right time. He's got it. Rosati again? Not this time. Hayden takes it himself, and ooh, that looked like a dangerous spill on the other end of the floor, but everybody seems okay. Out of bounds, it'll stay at this end with Windsor. And that's one thing that you don't want to happen, Maddie, is you don't want anybody to get hurt in a game that has been decided already.
Definitely. I mean, Healdsburg's got to watch, too. They've gone twice in a row. They've gone up same team for the rebound. And they could have got injured on that.
And so both coaches right now are probably giving each team, you know, final preparation remarks and saying, hey, you know, we're up big. If you're Healdsburg side, we're up big. There's no need to do anything too crazy. You know, don't try and go up, or you might accidentally undercut somebody. And, you know, this is the kind of dangerous part of the game where things can happen when they don't need to.
Definitely. I mean, Healdsburg is probably just going to run through some offense and just slow it down a little bit because they're up by so much.
So Windsor, and if you're Windsor, what is being said, you think, in the Windsor huddle right now?
Probably, it looks like they have a whiteboard out, so they're trying to desperately just get the score up a little bit higher, so they're losing by 20 so points.
So the final 2:15 with Healdsburg up by 21 points. Earl was wide open for a three. Didn't see him. Now 3-point shot. Well, I guess that works anyway, as Grace gets it to go. So I cut the lead to 18. And Heyman found a teammate. Now he's got it back. He'll drive, lay up, and that's what he's done all day.
That seems to be his signature move right there.
Driving in and stepping into the passing lane. Nice design there defensively by Healdsburg. 3-point shot. That's no good for Max Hubble just into the game. Another 3-point shot. No good. McDonald and Beeler fighting for the rebound, and Healdsburg will have it. No, now they say off of McDonald, so Windsor will retain with 1:12 left.
Windsor seems to still be going 100%, which is respectable. I mean, normally if you're down by this much, it's easy to just kind of lose motivation. So
Put
they're
the
going
subs
100%
in, yeah.
is respectable for sure.
Ooh. Oh, well, it results, that's a good thing. It results in a 3 from Earl, so Windsor can feel good about that. But that block by Heyman, ooh, that was nasty, as they say. And the few from his knees eventually makes its way over to Heyman for the last 30 seconds. Now, Healdsburg does have to shoot one more time. We'll see who ends up taking it. And appropriately enough, it goes down for who else? The few off the bench.
I think that's his 5th 3 of the day. That's pretty good.
Off the bench? I would say so. So final seconds. That 3 does go for Finn Grace, and that'll do it. So that 3, a little bit of window dressing on the final score, but all in all, a very dominant performance by Healdsburg as they win it by a score of 66-49. And Maddie, what were your thoughts?
I mean, Healdsburg played 100% just the entire game. They were just hustling and getting rebounds and playing good defense, and they're knocking down shots from both inside and out. And I mean, it's just hard to beat that.
And they just came out and they really didn't have anything in terms of an answer for Healdsburg.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there wasn't a lot of room for Windsor to even swoop in and get up because Healdsburg just didn't really make many mistakes. So, I mean, it was just a really good game.
And they were led by Dylan Heyman with 27 points. I mean, that's an incredible scoring performance. You got 8-minute quarters and you score 27 points. I mean, that's pretty difficult to do. As we come back, and Matt Fowler alongside Maddie, and Maddie, I mean, this has been a nice opening day. I know the game that you had didn't go the way you wanted, but what are your thoughts for the season going forward for both teams?
Definitely, speaking for the girls team, it's going to be a rough year. I mean, we don't have a JV team, so there's a lot of players this year who would be doing better on JV and could have developed skills these next couple of years and then come up to varsity eventually. But we have a pretty solid, I'd say, 6, and so it's really hard for us to we get tired.
Right.
It's difficult.
Well, I mean, it's always good to be optimistic, and obviously everybody plays their hardest, and I'm confident. I mean, that game, that earlier game, let's be honest, a few missed calls were, I think that's pretty objective, and so you could just look towards the next game and work hard on that. But then, what can you expect from the boys' team, do you think?
The boys are always just a really strong team, and they have the same situation this year to the girls. They don't have a JV, but they just have a really strong team overall, and they always do well. So I think that this season won't be any different.
Well, we have somehow started a basketball season in the midst of all this craziness with COVID and everything, but we are happy to bring it to you. Healdsburg Digital Video will bring it to you all season, and so for everybody with the Healdsburg Digital Video crew, Maddie Wagner and myself, Matt Fowler, I will say so long, and we will see you soon for Healdsburg Digital Video.